All right, Monday edition of the world's greatest show. Let's fucking do it.
Listen up, motherfuckers, I'm about to spit about the world's greatest show, yeah, this is it. Better than your anus, it's gon' get insane. This dude's out of his mind, Dusty Smith's his name. When Chud Watch drops, it's time to begin to talk about chuds and make fun of them. Then they trash the world, oh lord, the world's on fire. Beyond parody shit, it's getting so tired. Religious bullshit, you know, will make you feel like dying. Cause they touching more children than an OBGYN. From zeros to heroes, just for one day. It's the world's greatest show, and it's coming your way. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun, and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun, and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show.
Woo! What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to the Evil Dusty Show. We chronicle the collapse of the American Empire, and we laugh and laugh and laugh. I'm your host, Dusty Smith, and I love you, and been working non-fucking-stop since the last show. Did a show on Saturday, did a special Saturday show if you guys missed it. Yeah, missed a great show. Who needs sleep, folks? I'm a fucking machine. Had to keep the ball rolling. Want to keep up my 3 shows a week. So I got nothing like interesting to talk about. I usually tell you about what I did on my time off. Jeff came over today, brought me my gun back. Yeah, I have a 9mm that I bought like 20 years ago. And you guys know me, it rusted shut because I ain't cleaning the motherfucker. I never shot it. I ain't got no reason to shoot no fucking gun. I got it in case shit. In case you want to come plow through my door, I'm strapped, motherfuckers. Fuck around and find out, but no one does that, of course. So it just rusted shut, literally. Couldn't fire it, couldn't do anything. So I was like, Jeff, can you clean this guy? Because I ain't gonna clean a gun. Fuck that shit. And he was like, nah, take it to somebody. Took it to somebody, and then he brought it back to me. And I guess it fires. I still ain't fired it. It'll sit here and it'll rush shut again, I'm sure. Which is good. It's a good thing that I never have to use it. I would show you, but it's against the YouTube rules. I am not allowed to show you the gun. So I have 2 guns now. 2 guns that were rushed shut. I don't know why. No reason for it. Whatever. It's better to have one and not need it than need it and not have it. That's what I always say. Plus, I'm American, right? I have people from like South America always bitching at me. They're like, how come you gringos never consider the rest of the Americas as Americas? No. Okay, look. There's Canada, there's America, and there's Mexico. That's the only 3 things on this continent, all right? If you're not American, you're either Canadian or Mexican. That's just the way it is, folks. I don't make up the rules. That's just what the education system taught me. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's not the length that's important. At least that's what I tell myself. So, as always, super chats, lifeblood of the show. I read everything you say. The cats help me out and serenade you. So, wrong screen over here. There is a dollar sign, dollar, holla bill, y'all. I almost said that right. And click it and then donate whatever you want to. And I read poorly whatever you fucking say because I'm a slut for your words. So make me say dirty things, everybody. Hell yeah. Great way to support the world's greatest show. Love you. And let's go ahead and fucking do it. I'm going to read them all at halftime and the end of the show. But we're going to start tonight's show off with a little Trash World. Sing along, motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. Trash World. The Trash World is a dumpster fire and as hell is a trash world. Oh, a trash world. Everything sucks all the goddamn time in the trash world. La, 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 la. Da. Hell yeah, nailed it. And first up, on the trash world, A-Cub. You know who I hate? Cops. Because they're dumb as fuck, lying motherfuckers. So here they are, folks. Just abusing protesters. Why would you not abuse the kids that want to stop other kids from being murdered? Obviously, you're a cop. It's your job to be evil. So here at New York PD, somebody, I'm not saying who, somebody pepper sprayed this poor cop. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of who did this. All right, so they're all like, Rafa, 1.2 million people. please don't use our tax dollars to murder children. And the cops are like, that's what we do. We literally are the jackbooted thugs, fascist fat shits. And we're gonna crack your heads open because you don't want children to die, of course. So they in there, hey, just grabbing folks. I dare you be against genocide. We're Americans. We have the God-given right to kill any brown people we want to, and we'll whack you with sticks and shit if you don't like it. And back them up, back them up, back them up. But they're locking arms because their mama taught them good. And not stopping the jackbooted thugs, though. Gonna get my stick in between you, try to break your limbs. They can torture you. It's America. It's pain compliance is what they call it, but it's torture. That's what it is. And so here they are, people that are getting paid hundreds of thousands a year. And here's the guy right here. Look at this bald Uncle Fester motherfucker walking up in the amongst them, ready to hurt somebody. And he's like, hey, I know what I'll do. I'll use chemical warfare. I will spray you guys with pepper spray for trying to stop children from being murdered. Why wouldn't I do that? Here he is there. So there he is. This fella, let's see. I don't know who did it, folks. It's a mystery. Columbo shit going on here. But I do know he seems to have mace in his hands. All right, now let's see what happens. He's going to mace these innocent people who are not fighting back, these peaceful protesters who are just going along with their constitutional rights to protest. All right, here he goes. And the next thing you know, here he is. He's his big, bald, stupid fucking face. And then, what? Video ended, but he seems to have gotten pepper sprayed by somebody. Not really sure who. If only there were like another angle. Oh, what's that? Oh, there is. Okay, another angle of the incident. I can't play the audio because it's hello darkness. Here he is. All right, he's pulling it out, and then next thing you know, boom, right in the fucking face, right in the face. Who could be responsible for this? Boom, right in his face, right in his stupid. He's like, oh my God, I just got maced in the face. Let me rub it right into my eye sockets, because he's a cop. It's not like he's supposed to know how to do mace. And he's like, oh my God, I've been murdered. I just got assaulted by the protesters. They maced me. That's what happened. That's what we all saw, right? They maced my big fucking dumb ass. And yeah, let's just rub it with my hands. That's good. That's the way you do that. And here's a close-up picture of it in case you wanted to revel in it even more. Yeah, looking bad. First time in a while I haven't used an AI picture, folks. Why? Why use an AI picture when this is so glorious in itself? You're supposed to use milk. Even I know that. Dumbass. And in case you want to laugh at him. Yeah, it looks familiar. Yeah, it looks totally familiar. This guy, oh my God. It's like the Toxic Avenger. Skin's melting off his face, but I'm sure they didn't lie about who did it, folks. They're cops, okay? They're here to protect and serve. They would never lie to the public about what happened. Would they? Oops. Needs audio. Audio would be great for this. All right.
Turn on Citizen app.
Citizen app video from one driver stuck in her car shows Manhattan South Assistant Chief of Patrol James McCarthy getting his eyes flushed out after the NYPD says someone sprayed him with pepper spray.
The Palestinian people took over the bridge.
The NYPD reporting more than 100 protesters were
The Palestinian people took over the bridge and someone pepper sprayed him. Oh no, I bet it was those evil terrorists. Those terrorist Palestinians. It's a good thing we're murdering all their children over there. I think we can all agree. But yeah, this is how they wag the dog, folks. This is how they manufacture consent. Cops lie. Media, mouthpiece for them. Just parrots whatever they say, regardless of this video or not. Who gives a shit, right? Who you going to believe? Them or your own lying eyes? Obviously, you're going to believe the media. Why would they lie? The cops are the heroes, right? So, yeah. This is why so many of our society thinks it's okay to murder children. But hey, the good thing is our society's collapsing, so not much more of this, folks. We're reaching the end of it. And then, speaking of cops, it seems like it's bad, but at least she's going to get a big payday, probably, that you and I are going to have to pay for. Let's watch how this cop held down this woman in a fire ant pit.
Well, a woman who says she suffered more than 300 fire ant bites, mostly on her face, says it happened as police officers held her down in an ant mound.
Yeah.
They don't do this.
Don't do it.
Ants are on my face.
They don't care.
Let go.
They don't give a shit.
You can hear Taylor Rogers in this police body cam video screaming for help after she says she was stopped by Santa Fe Independent School District Police and Santa Fe Police Department officers because she says she was driving the wrong way in a circle drive at her son's school.
And for no reason, thrown on the ground right into a bed of fire ants.
Ants are on my face.
And then held there while she's screaming that there's fire ants on her. They put handcuffs on her so she can't even brush them off her face.
The absence of empathy and human compassion among some individuals in law enforcement.
Yeah,
Rogers says she was bitten over and over on her face, scalp, neck, chest, back, and arms by fire ants.
And we know that actually, on occasion, they kill animals, and even sometimes they can kill people with enough bites. And I was counting these bites, and I stopped at 300. 300.
I think she was going the wrong way on a school loop, so obviously she deserves to be thrown down and tortured, folks. I mean, it's America. What do you expect, okay? And but don't worry, she's going to get a good payout that the taxpayers have to pay out. And good. Bankrupt us all, cops. It's what we deserve. We deserve whatever the fuck we get, folks. And another thing that's great, folks, watch this one. This is really going to make you super happy. Wait for the joy that fills you after you watch this video.
Miami Beach police rolled out an innovative set of wheels, all part of driving home a message.
The department unveiled the world's first Rolls-Royce police car this afternoon. The car is part of an effort to get men and women to join the force.
Yay!
And it's the top of the line. This is the best you can get as far as it relates to vehicles. You know, the police department is the best there is in the country. Recruiting police officers in this country today is a difficult thing to do. Using this car to help us do recruitment is going to be great.
Awesome. Love it.
Well, the car was made in
Fuck
collaboration.
yeah. More of this, please. Bankrupt us quicker, pigs. Oh, my, the God man. They deserve the best and the best. And believe me, folks, the reason they bought this was to recruit people. It's a recruiting tool. They definitely didn't do it because they just want to waste a bunch of fucking money and they have way too big budgets. Nope. It's a recruitment tool, the best of the best for our God man. Why we go hungry, why we can't feed our kids, why we don't have health care. None of that matters, folks. All that matters is that the God men are driving around in Rolls Royces. It's not even a nice car. It looks like a shitty car, like this matte black finish. It looks like any other dipshit car on the fucking road. Oh, but good. Spend all the money, cops.
With Bremen Rolls-Royce.
Woo! Yeah. Hell yeah.
Sure is. Still, you don't want to be in the back seat.
I love it. I love when they milk us, folks. Destroy our whole society, cops. That's what we deserve. And then, this person's like, I'm begging, please invest in schools and community care. Shut up. Just take that dick and love it. That's what we're here for, to be abused, folks. We're Americans. Like, we were literally born to be abused, okay? If it's not cops, it's Israel. Somebody's always going to be abusing us, right? That's literally why we were put on this fucking planet. And hey, at least we're not in Russia. Am I right about that? In Russia, these rich dickheads on TV are literally telling these soldiers to kill themselves. Yeah, just commit suicide. It's patriotic to kill yourself in Russia, apparently. So they're like, we exaggerate the meaning of death. Now, someone might say to me, Sergey, stop it. You're sitting in the studio and the guys are in the trenches. That's a great point. He's immediately going to ignore that point, though, pretend like he didn't even say that, and continue with some stupidity.
Мы преувеличиваем значение смерти. Ну, сейчас мне кто-нибудь может сказать, что Сергей, да хватит, ты сидишь в студии, а там ребята в окопах, а я настаиваю на этом.
But we exaggerate the meaning of life. That's it. And all this theology that we decided now, we'll write the catechism of the warrior because we have to explain to...
И все это богословие, которое вот мы сейчас приняли решение, мы напишем катехизис воина. Потому что парням надо объяснить, что когда он лежит...
The guys that when a guy is lying there waiting for a drone hit, he'd rather kill himself. he better not expect to become disabled. That's the best case scenario. At worst, it's a painful death. Why? Why are they afraid? Because they haven't been told it's not suicide, and it's not suicide. Christ may not have hung on the cross either. It's a sacrifice to give your life for your country, for our people, for God, for the church. And that's why it all needs to be written. That's right. Kill yourself, soldiers. Don't let the drones make you a fucking invalid. Then everybody has to take care of you. It is your duty to commit suicide while this guy sits on television and cheers on your death. Super cool. I wish we become more like Russia. I mean, we're getting close. It's just a hair's breadth away, but still. And folks, you don't want to know what the latest woke panic in our society is, and you're about to be super angry at what wokeness has taken from you. The new Hades 2 game is out, and oh my God, this is the picture that they have for Aphrodite now. Look what they've done to Aphrodite with the boobs and the curves, and it's obviously a man. It's a man, right? It's not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, you're supposed to be mad, y'all, what they took from you. Anyway, this is the latest thing that all the anti-woke mind virus victims are all upset about. Let me show you. They're like, artists! Lasker Dad fixes Hades Aphrodite, removing the man face makes a huge difference, but wokies don't get excited unless the character looks trans. I know, right? The only reason I was looking forward to playing Hades 2 is because I want to masturbate to the characters. I think everybody does, right? The game is like secondary to whacking it to the characters, and who could whack it to this Aphrodite? This one way sexier. You're weird and pathetic and sad. That's all I'm saying. So, hope you're all as outraged as I am about that. And folks, speaking of anti-woke mind virus, brain worms completely infecting your brain and making you a fucking zombie. Holy God, J.K. Rowling is fucking gone, y'all. Literally, this woman a billionaire. All she has to do is shut the fuck up and enjoy her life, or she can literally talk about anything. But what is it about trans people that these people just simply cannot shut up about? They are so obsessed. Literally, the brain rot keeps them from speaking about any other fucking subject. So J.K. Rowling, being totally normal, is like, Joanne, let me explain. Joanne, what your books mean. Joanne, because Joanne, here's a Joanne quote that means men Joanne could be women Joanne. And I hope, Joanne, you realize, Joanne, how very Joanne wrong Joanne you are, Joanne, also Joe. Super cool. Greatest writer in history, folks. So more books than Jesus. Then she's like, calling a man is not bullying or punching down. Cross-dressing straight men are currently one of the most pandered to demographics in existence. That's right. This billionaire wants all you trans people to know how privileged you are. The entire world kowtows to your every want and need, she says, while she wipes her ass with $100 pills and snorts caviar for dinner. So then she's like, does this apply to any other demographic? Landon. Yeah, Landon does it. Do I get to be black? Uh-oh. If I like Motown? Uh-oh. And fancy myself in cornrows? Double O. What if I claim the authentic me has always been black and that you're being racist to me? Would that be okay, Landon? Or would you find it ludicrous and deeply offensive? Yep, Motown and cornrows. That's what I think about when I think of black folks. Don't we all? Isn't that the first thing that comes to mind? It's not, but you are the one that's racist, apparently. Brain broke, folks. Brain broke. She ain't done yet, y'all. The only time she's ever mentioned Harry Potter, the only good thing she's ever done in her life, my editor actually made me cut a scene in which Voldemort misgendered a pixie. Too graphic. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I'm glad you put that on your Twitter. That definitely need to be said. And then she's mad that somebody got a job, a trans woman got a job as a referee. Oh, no, Lucy Clark, the world's first openly transgender referee, has made history by becoming the first trans manager in a top 5 division of English women's football. Okay, cool. It's a trans person that got a job. Oh, no, I can't believe they're employing trans people now. They're supposed to be destitute and homeless, jobless. What the fuck? And of course, Rowling is like, when I was young, you was never young, all the football managers were straight, white, middle-aged blokes. So it's fantastic to see how much things have changed. It is, like, it's unironically, it's fine. Who cares? God damn it. So anyway, you know your brain is fucking broke, folks, when even Elon Musk tells you to shut the fuck up. I can't believe Elon Musk got a win. But even he is like, so J.K. Rowling's like, you've asked me several questions on this thread and accused me of avoiding answer. I believe a woman is a human being who belongs to the sex class that produces large gametes. It's irrelevant whether or not gametes have ever been fertilized. Totally normal shit. To which Elon Musk, even Elon, while I heartily agree with your points regarding sex and gender, may I suggest also posting interesting and positive content on other matters? Literally anything else, but she can't, folks, because trans people have taken over her entire goddamn brain. She literally cannot think of anything. She wakes up, lives, breathes, eats, and drinks trans people. And holy God, I mean, that is power. I think we all know that trans people are those powerful people on the fucking planet. They're basically magic, y'all. So, keep it up, trans people. You drive this billionaire nuts, and you love to see it. And, folks, speaking of trans people who are actually harmful, unlike all the people that J.K. Rowling is talking about, we need to talk about Keffals, y'all. Keffals! So, first off, this video got released about Keffals. Now, I'd already heard all this shit. I've been off the Keffals wagon for a while. Some ordinary gamer put this out. First off, immediately shot himself in the foot with this thumbnail. Totally an unforced error. You don't have to use thumbnails like this. So it became a giant fucking distraction. Now everybody wasn't even listening to what he said in the video. They're just like, that's a transphobic thumbnail, dipshit. And then there's like an argument back and forth. Instead of going over the merits of the arguments he's making, now there's a whole war going back and forth, two sides. It's not transphobic. That's not how the artist draws everybody. Hey, they've drawn like dudes like that. Vaush got drawn like that. Everybody else like, no, clearly transphobic. So no need to do that. Should have just had a regular picture of Keffals. It'd have been even better if in the picture she was incredibly attractive. That way it wouldn't have distracted from your points at all. But anyway, y'all, Keffals, a total con artist. Now, I was kind of like for a little while on Keffals' side because I believed a lot of her lies that she told, that it was actually Kiwi Farms that swatted her, which apparently it wasn't. A lot of things that she said turned out to be complete fucking lies. And she is a very horrible human being who conned people out of money and then spent all the money on drugs and fancy apartments and shit. When it was supposed to go to a lawsuit against the cops, but she wasn't telling the truth about the cops, so she's not going to file a lawsuit. So here's a person who is not transphobic, who made a thread about how awful Keffals is. It's time to talk about Keffals GoFundMe situation below. I will prove Keffals misled donors and spent $100K dishonestly. Her legal case with Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario is dead. Keffals has been lying about its status to avoid questions related to the money. I'm not going to read the whole thread or anything, but Keffals herself says, if anyone ever finds out how I spent the GoFundMe money, I am definitely getting canceled. And you did. Yeah, you got canceled, I guess. It also seems like, first off, like, trans people are just people like anybody else, and they're not a monolith, right? And a lot of them, it seemed like, just want to be conned about money. Not just them, but a lot of, like, allies don't seem to give a shit. They're just going to double down at a sunk cost fallacy and just give her more money anyway because people are attacking her. But for good reason, she lied. She's a con artist. She's a bad person. And if I, in any way, encourage you guys to ever give this train wreck money, I apologize. Although I've been off the Keffals bandwagon for a long time. Please do not support this person who is not only stealing from other trans people who deserve a lot worse, but because it's very obvious she's a con woman, a lot of other trans people will be associated with her, and which is wrong, of course, but doesn't do the entire trans movement any favors whatsoever. So off the bandwagon, in my opinion. And speaking of off the bandwagon, folks, Destiny, as I like to call it, because Destiny is a child's name. Apparently, just decided to be even more awful. I mean, how can you get more awful than being a child murder apologist, being pro-genocide, pro-Israel? But that's where the fucking money is, right? He's realized that he's making lots of fucking money. I'm not saying that he's like directly working for Israel. He doesn't have to do that. A lot of deep pockets on the pro-Israel side. And when you're willing to be one of the main mouthpieces out there defending Israel, you're going to get a lot of like individual donors who just dump money on your Patreon, who just dump money on your super chats. And that's what's happening to Destiny, which is why he's decided to be a child murder apologist. And right along with that, as you can imagine, as a child murder apologist, you attract nothing but toxic shitheads, which he has. That's his whole fan base. Has been for a while, but even more than ever now. So when you want to kowtow to your toxic trash fan base, you just want to be as awful as you can possibly be to signal to them that, hey, I am a giant piece of trash like all of you are. And of course, that's what the world rewards, right? This is what this country fucking rewards. So here he is mocking this woman who was the victim of AI porn against her will. Here's a video of her crying about it. And he's like, don't you mean, making fun of her and shit. And then he says, with the technology we have now, pretty soon we can all love her. Yeah, there's going to be lots of AI nude porn pictures of your girlfriend without her permission. And we can all masturbate to them. That's an awesome thing to shit on this guy you're having a shit fit with. Hey, maybe one day they'll even be able to deepfake your personality. Hooray, hooray, you're awful. But he still got 8,000 likes for this because, like I said, that's what he attracts. That's who he is. He's a pathetic piece of shit. And then, folks, needless to say, he took a lot of fucking shit from that gross post, amongst other things, and flipped out on his Discord. Here's what he had to say on his Discord, and you got to read this from bottom to top because the bottom was first, the first thing typed, and the top is the last thing. So I'm going to read what he freaked out about on his Discord. I just had a fucking epiphany. I am Israel. While pretending they aren't, that's all fake news, and if it happens, they deserve it. Oh, wait a minute. I have to deal with these insanely unhinged fucking losers, Palestinians, that have literally always engaged in fucking weirdo attacks against me, terror attacks, while pretending they aren't. That's all fake news, and if it happens, then they deserve it. Meanwhile, their fan bases, citizens, and their friendly fan bases, international support, hold them accountable for absolutely fucking nothing. And then my own fan base, Israeli citizens like Hartz and B'Tselem, come down on me for every single fucking thing I do. Holy fucking shit. Fuck this. It's Rafah invasion time. Forethought perma-banning every single random fuck who criticizes my takes on Ludwig QT. That's the guy he was saying his girlfriend's going to have more AI porn made that they can all masturbate to. Whoever the fuck else in that group. I think the best thing that could happen is they all grab a bag of fent-loaded coke so they can go join Slime's OD dead fucking dad 6 feet under. Classy. Make the world a better place and seriously kill yourself in a group. I'm thinking Jonestown, but not tragic. Gravitas, why bring up my wife and my family and my ex or anything about me constantly, cookie? What do you mean, you retarded fuck? These people hit me on literally every single random weird personal attack because they are fighting over eating the scraps of Hassan's last dump. So they echo anything they've heard from him constantly. It's just so fucking annoying. And their sycophantic incel fans eat it all up and regurgitate the same shit. Like, that's projection if I ever saw it. Your fan is like the incel kings. Like 4chan, Denzian dumpster fucks. It's actually so fucking irritating. I need an IDF Who is my strongest soldier? It's almost like he's trying to get some violence against people. I don't know. So, not surprised to see it. And then you also won't be surprised to know that Destiny has left the left, folks. Not that he was really ever on the left too much, but he is a representative of the left in a lot of people's minds. So here he is, folks, throwing in the towel. Why Destiny left the left.
I'm pretty sure, I think I'm going to axe any introduction of me as progressive or far left. And I think I'm probably going to
repeat that.
I'm pretty sure, I think I'm going to axe any introduction of me as progressive or far left. And I think I'm probably going to cut ties with anything that has anything to do with that from now on. I don't know if I'm going to ever associate with any of that shit again.
Oh, God.
The spaces are driving me insane. I think the people are mostly horrible. And the ones that aren't calling them out don't make it. So I don't know.
Yeah, we're the horrible ones, folks. Not him. Not him. Not the one who's doing a child apology. Not the one who's on the side of ethnic cleansing. No, folks. Us for not liking it. So good. Sha-da-na-na, na-na-na-na. Hey, get fucked. But hey, once again, making tons of money, Destiny. This is what's making all the fucking bucks. Remember, I came out against the child murder and instantly lost tons of support because the money is on being a right-wing shithead. And Destiny knows which side his bread is buttered on. He knows where that cash is, and he's going to chase those dollar bills, and he's going to get it, folks, because this is what this world rewards. If you speak out and try to do decent shit, it usually doesn't go as well for you. But what you going to do? It's a trash world, and that is my trash world. Fuck that guy. I think we can all agree on that, though. Yeah, bye, Felicia. We never wanted you anyway, so yeah, no. Wish I'd have known who he was before I interviewed him a longer time ago, but I literally had no clue who the fuck he was. Had only heard about him a couple days before that. Yeah, why I left the left talk. Classic grifters. Sell out, definitely. What a surprising surprise. I know. I am shocked. This is my shock face. Super shocked. And what kind of man is named Destiny? A child. It's Destiny's Child. Get it? It's a Destiny's Child joke. If you guys didn't get that joke that I've been telling forever, it's a Destiny's Child joke. And my sister's house is haunted. It's not. She says when she looks in the mirror, there's an old hag looking back at her. Oh, that's... I do think that might be true. I like how he stood up to Jordan Peterson, though. He did some good there. Fuck him. I'm never going to give him credit for fucking anything. Even if I see a clip I agree with him on, he's not a good representative. There's no reason to give him any positive press. He is a dumpster fucking human, and whatever karma he brings upon himself is well-deserved, in my opinion. And, all right, folks, get your super chats in. I'm going to read them all at the end of Chud Watch, which is coming up right now. Lagging, motherfucker. We talk about shows that make other. And first up, the Chud Watch. Another week, another crazy zombie Donald Trump rally. Let's check in on the zombies and see if they've become any more sane.
Yo, Biden! I hate Joe Biden! I hate the Democrats! I hate the Democrats! Wake up, Joe! Wake up, Joe Biden! Wake up! I don't care about Trump's taxes. I care about my taxes. Where's my tax going? I don't give a about Trump's tax. He pays payroll tax. He pays his damn tax. Where's my tax going?
Yep, nope. Still crazy as fuck, but hey, good. These people are about to win, folks. Trump about to be president again. About to be our first president from prison, I guess, because Joe Biden just can't stop murdering children. So what you gonna do? Good. Donald Trump is our Godzilla. He is the man to destroy this fucking country the way it needs to be destroyed. And I, for one, am for the end of our society, because fuck us. We definitely have earned a brutal ending. And yeah, these people are winning, folks. They're winning. They're going to win the presidency. This is real life. This is not AI, folks. Real men wear diapers. They're owning the libs, and they are, folks. They're owning us. They are winning. Yay, America. We are the greatest country on earth. Tell me we're not. And, now the big rally. A lot of people showed up, folks. That's a lot of people. That's like 5,000 to 10,000 people, which is a decent sized crowd. All right, so now we got Chat GPT. We got AI now that can scan pictures. They can tell us about how many people is. How many people are in this photo? Estimate is okay. The image shows a densely packed crowd or an outdoor event, likely numbering several thousand. Estimated from the visible area, it seems like there's like 5,000 to 10,000 people. 10,000 at the very most, folks. But hey, that's not stopping conservatives from lying their ass off about it, of course. If you ask the Orange Goof,
which is generally a Democrat state, I think we're probably leading in New Jersey. We had a rally, over 100,000 people this weekend. A lot of the mainstream media didn't want to say how many people. They didn't want to cover it. In fact, I don't think anybody did. I hear the crowd was not shown by the mainstream media, which is what they tell me, but that's par for the course.
That's right. In fact, it was shown everywhere, but don't let that stop you, folks. It was 100,000 people. 100,000. Yeah, that might be 10 times as many as actually there, but it don't matter, folks. Even fucking Fox News repeating these lies.
The other thing is that there were, 100,000 people
definitely.
at this rally
100,000.
on Saturday, not just from New Jersey, but also Pennsylvania, which is a swing state. How about that? And one of them.
How about it, folks? How about the 100,000 people that were there? And of course, social media spreading all that shit. Dirty Chicks Roger Stone was in on it. This lady's like, this is for the libtard assholes, all you libtards. That questioned my first picture of the Wildwood rally because it didn't show the 100K crowd. Yeah, it only showed 5,000 to 10,000. Your picture that you showed, which was actually the rally, the first picture you showed. But now she got a new picture, folks. Here you go, buddy. Look at it and deal with it. Look at that. That's clearly 100,000 people outside of the beautiful mountains of New Jersey, the coastal beach and the beautiful mountains of New Jersey that exist, folks. Haters are going to say that's not New Jersey, but you don't know. And yeah, that's a Rod Stewart concert in Rio de Janeiro. Shut up. And of course, conservatives are not lying pieces of shit, right? They definitely would. Oh, they did? Yeah, okay. Roger Stone spread this fake picture. Yeah, New Jersey is in play for real Donald Trump. Could Joe Biden draw a crowd like this? He could not, but you know who could? Rod Stewart. Which is amazing if you think about it, because Rod Stewart sucks too. So, Trump rally in Wildwood, New Jersey, says the Wilson County Republican Party of Tennessee. Definitely look at New Jersey. Beautiful, beautiful New Jersey. Liars. But that's what they do, folks. The truth doesn't fucking matter. And then, folks, look at this beautiful aerial view of Trump's rally. This is Dan Schiavone Jr. These are actual fucking Trump supporters. This is not a parody account. They don't know the difference between aerial, like from a plane, and aerial, like the font. Not the best. Not saying the best Trump supporters, but the truth doesn't matter. The dumbest among us are winning, and they deserve to, folks. They deserve to win. What can you say? And then, as I pointed out to you guys time and time again, if you're a conservative, all you have to do is signal boost that you are the biggest piece of trash on the fucking planet. And that attracts all the other pieces of trash who are like, oh my God, you're my hero. So I know that what this guy's about to say here is not real. I know he is joking. He is just pretending to be garbage because this is what gets rewarded by conservatives. But holy God, is this man garbage?
So I always keep this fake Hollywood money in my car. So when a homeless person asks for money, then I give them like a fake $5 bill. So I feel good about myself. They feel good. And then when they go to use it, they get arrested. So I'm actually like helping clean up the community, you know, getting them off the street. Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Great. Americans are great, folks. We are the best people. I just can't wait till our society collapses around us. Can't happen fucking fast enough, y'all. And then last but not least, on the Chud Watch, Douglas Murray. Piece of fucking shit, Douglas Murray. Want you guys to know that young people are so lazy. so ungrateful these days that we won't even die in wars for the rich anymore. What the fuck? The elite can't con us into going and giving our lives for their stupid bullshit anymore. Horrible we are as a people.
There have been polls over the last couple of years
have there been polls?
Americans and
British.
People,
Oh my.
What would you do if your country was invaded?
Oh, well, I would probably fight if it was invaded. And we have like 5 guns per person here. So if they invaded us, that would be a real fuck around and find out situation. You goddamn insufferable cunts.
And a couple of years ago when Ukraine was invaded, there was a poll here in the US.
Was there?
And it found that I don't want to make a partisan point, but let me risk
don't make
it.
one then. Oh.
You might guess.
Oh, I wouldn't though.
It turned out that a minority of Democrat voters said they would stay and fight for their country.
I know, right?
A slight majority of Republican voters said they would.
We're the worst.
But it ended up with only 52% of the American public saying that they would stay and fight.
That's still the majority.
I assume the rest would hot-foot it to Canada.
Oh, totally.
Assuming that Canada wasn't the one invading. Which
is so funny.
One of the very few things in geopolitics I like to hold.
Like a dick.
But when I looked at those polls, in the UK, there was an even worse one a few months ago. The pollsters asked young British people when the Defence Secretary said that there's a possibility we might have to have enlistment in the UK for young people. A mere 27% of young people said they would be willing to be enlisted to fight for their country.
Oh, God. You're not willing to fight for your country? Of course, it's never about fighting for your country. It's always about fighting for some rich dickhead to make them richer. And you'll be shocked, folks, but this motherfucker never been in the military. Douglas Murray has had the opportunity to fight in many wars he would have considered worthwhile. He has never done so. So pretentious. And so up his own ass, but hey, keep it up, dipshit. It's easy to hate you, and we do, you pretentious fuckstick. And that is my short watch. Short but sweet tonight, baby. Like me. And all right, folks, I have a patron. Could you become a patron? That would be great. I would appreciate it very much. Shut up, Dusty. And if you look at the description of this video, boom, click the more button, boom, and the first link, Patreon, there it is, and then become a member. Hell yeah. Could you do it? Could you please consider doing it? I know it's a pain in the ass. I apologize for asking you, but like, I don't sell anything. I don't allow advertisements. No ads on my show. I don't count nobody money. I make content for free. I work my ass off tirelessly. I've had almost no sleep. So if you watch 2 shows a week that I do, feel obligated. Don't feel obligated. It's fine. Please consider chipping in $1 to a month to help me and the cats and the dogs out. Please, please. I'll suck your dick, please. Okay, that's my commercial. And all right, let's read the super chats. Hell yeah. Looking good tonight. Mitchell Guide. Oh, Mitchell Guide. What up? Look at this. I got a package from Mitchell Guide. Fuck yeah, I did. Mitchell Guide, hero amongst men, the best among us. Mitchell Guide says, sorry I've been missing the show. No forgiveness. What are you? More often due to work. You working? At least I can put in some of that extra pay to help the fur babies. All right, fine. I forgive you if I must. Whatever, Mitchell Guide. It's a good thing you're sexy. And Mitchell said, it's not treats, but it is even better than that active for the dogs. God damn it. Help me fight the fleas in my never-ending battle with my nemesis, and sent me some cat medication. So amazing of you, Mitchell Guide. Appreciate you. Hero to us all. Thank you for supporting. And if you guys want to send stuff to Animal Sanctuary, there's a link in the description of the video to my Animal Sanctuary wish list on Amazon. Or you can send stuff to my P.O. box if you want to. That'd be cool. Thank you, Mitchell. And 10. We'll watch replay, Free Palestine, Trust Rights, all of that. You fucking sexy hero. And BBC, speaking of sexy heroes, $20. Didn't say nothing and ain't got to. How you doing? Love you, BBC. And Zamir Patois. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Zamir Patois. I'm always thinking of your best interest. Fuck yeah. So I'm giving you $5. I don't know what that is. I'll take it though. To buy some weed and prostitutes. Man, I ain't had no weed in a while. I can't buy weed, because it's dangerous to buy it around here. I'll get mugged. But I have had amazing dreams again, because when you stop smoking weed, the dreams come. So at least I have that. Have a pleasant evening, my son. Hell yeah, I will. Thank you, my father. Jason Ashby, 166 socialisms. Everybody, big love to Jason Ashby. And BBC, get the 5. Dust Buddy memberships. All of you guys, give them love and show up at the after party tonight. We got a big after party, so don't miss it. Available to all the patrons and the Dust Buddies. Check the community section of YouTube for the link. And thank you, Little Eyed. Don't thank me. Thank you. And Paul Jeffries, sweetheart, is very generous. Hell yeah, Monkey Paw Power Fist. Love you, Paul Jeffries. Sexy motherfucker. Shoegaze Up Production, $5. Say dirty things. Dirty things. Get it! Because you told us to make you say dirty things. I did. Kept me honest. Slaps a knee, lets out a wheezing laugh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I'm so funny. Hey, you gave me money, so I think you're hilarious. Agent Orange, $25. Speaking of hilarious, I was going to buy Hades too, but now you ain't got to. So now they can just forget it. I know, right? You have to masturbate to some other game. What is good fat material? I don't know. The cash goes to Dusty instead. Dang feminists and their whole making my video game characters unfathomable. Hey, good on them, because I got their money instead of Hades too. So well played, Agent Orange. Appreciate you. And 5 more from Jason Ashby. Hell yeah, superhero shit. Love to Jason. And Rebecca Poise, speaking of superheroes, Miss Saturday. Don't forget this. Late, unable to say, oh, wait for this one. What? Lots to watch later. Thank you, Dusty. Yep, got a lot to catch up on. I'm going to hold you to it, but thank you for supporting the show, Rebecca. You rock. And da from Vespa. Dusty, please debate Destiny. I'm serious. He'll do it. I got nothing for Destiny except for violence. There's no reason to be a part of that toxic shit show. All he's going to do is talk over you and get scallop, and his toxic fan base does not give a fuck what you say anyway. They're not there to hear good faith arguments. They're here to watch ownage, and what they consider ownage is a person talking over you in a gish gallop style in their little Weasley fucking voice. And if you know what a gish gallop is, it's where you say a bunch of things in rapid succession. Doesn't matter how true they are. Doesn't matter how factually based they are. Or they could be factually based, but they could be like irrelevant to the conversation. But then you have to stop your good faith argument and address every single little point. This is what Kent Hovind, young earthquake Christian Kent Hovind, this was his debate technique, and Destiny has picked it up, and it's pointless to try to argue against that, right? At some point, we got to be done debating whether children should be murdered or not, right? Just like we should be done debating whether trans people have a right to exist. We should be done debating whether black folks should have a right to exist. We should be done debating Nazis. And yes, they are the new fucking Nazis. At some point, you have to move beyond that. And I can't say the rest of what I want to say. So, fuck Destiny. And fuck anybody who watches him, supports him, or is involved in that toxic shit show in any fucking way. You're only encouraging that stupid shit, and you should not do that. And Donkey! Jay Donkey! Get to 5. Hell yeah, 5! Socialisms for Jay Donkey. Hell yeah. Love you, dude. All right, McFadden 666. Hell Satan. Is there a way I can send you content for the show? Yeah, just publicly tag me on Twitter. That's how everybody sends me shit on the show. Perfect way to do it. You guys doing? So you don't stay awake for 2 days looking alone. Other people help, but still, I'm very picky about what I choose. So I'm just media for 24/7. Cheers, mate. Do it. That's the way you do it. Cult the Dusty 1, Cult the Dusty 1, Cult the Dusty 1. I know Elon Musk said he was going to unban everybody, but weirdly, I didn't get unbanned. So Cult the Dusty is still banned. So I'm using Cult the Dusty 1 on there publicly. Don't send me DMs. I do not answer DMs. Don't do that publicly. Everything has to be public. It keeps me safe. Justin Joseph, $4.99. LOL. New Jersey hasn't gone for Republican president candidate since Bush, 41, in 1988. Trump has no chance in hell of winning there. Like, truth, facts, logic, reason doesn't matter to these people. So you're wasting your time, but you're not wasting your time giving me money, Justin Joseph. Appreciate you. BBC, $20. If Dirty Diaper Dawn Wins the election, I'm leaving the country. New Zealand is probably going to be my new home, or Australia, anywhere but here. Will do. Anyway, take my money for the Ferris. I love you. Sofa King for the win. Hell yeah. Can't wait to give me some more Sofa King. And yep. New poser out. It's looking bad. Unless you're a Trump supporter. Then it's looking great. We'll talk about that. But don't leave. Don't leave. We have to stay. Even when it's hard, we have to stay and fight for our country. Because that's what real patriots do. Oi, boy, $20. What up? Oi, boy. How you doing? Thanks, Dusty. CAPSPSIL. All right. I know what some of the words mean. I don't know what the rest of it means. But Free Palestine. Hell yeah. Love you. Good to see you tonight. Finwa, $25. What up? Buckle up. I'll be in Dustytown on the weekend of the 24th. All right. It is the 13th. That's 10 days. Hell yeah. We'll email you info. In the meantime, have some cash for all you do, boss man. Hell yeah. I'll take your funny money. Why is this thing? All right. Good. Mexican margaritas on you. Ha ha ha. Love you. See you soon, Finwa. Cold James, $20. Woo woo. Cold James. I'll make some Cold James. You rock, Cole. Pistina the Fist. Call them out. All of them. I love you, Dusty. I will. I'm doing what I do. Isaiah Taylor. Man, the Time Magazine cover is so badass. Agree. Beast. Mother Liberty lead the troops to battle, I think, is the best pick I've ever seen. The best non-AI pick you've seen, Isaiah. And Rodney Taylor, 25 Australian. What up, mate? Hey, Dusty. I'm from Sydney, Australia. And listen to your show when I work. Sorry, I've been watching you for years back before you weren't gray and you posted those logic videos. Sorry it took me ages to pay you. Cheers. Little secret, I was white hair back then. I've been dyeing my hair this is way before I started my YouTube channel. So, love you, Roddy Todd, you future motherfucker, you. And Peter Levelfield, hello from the Netherlands. What up? Smoke one for me. And thank you, everybody who donated. I appreciate you. Still plenty of time to donate to the world's greatest show and immortalize yourself forever and ever and ever. Amen. Gonna read all the rest of it at the end of the show. But for now, it's time to get incredibly depressed and raise our power fist. Because we're going to free Palestine, y'all. And I'm hoping it's going to happen. I'm hoping it's going to happen, folks. But the only way it can happen is if we put the spotlight on it, if we focus on it. So much horror. I'm not showing you most of it, folks, but just know it's still going on. All the child murder is still going on by the busloads. All the innocent women and men all still being killed. They're still attacking Rafah. I'm not going to show you most of it. I'm going to spare you from it, but breaking Hashim Ghazal and his wife, spiritual pillars and role models for the deaf community in Gaza, were killed today due to the ruthless aggression of the Israeli army. They bombed their entire house, put their kids in the hospital, killed them both. I guess they were Hamas. I guess they can't have them signing to Hamas. So kill them all, I guess. Super cool. Meanwhile, the genocidal Zionists are back at it, folks. Can you imagine the evil in your soul to spend your time trying to make sure children starve, but here they are dumping the aid being sent to the starving children in Gaza, folks, doing everything they can to make sure the people that they believe are under them suffer, because they don't see the rest of us as human beings like they are, folks. They see themselves as God-men, these Zionist supremacists, these Jewish supremacists. They see all the rest of us as their slaves, fodder to them. We deserve whatever we get unless we lay down and suck their dicks and worship them every second of the day, give them everything they want without any hesitation whatsoever. Any hesitation is disloyalty. We must be punished. They were literally chosen by God. And the rest of us are just pieces of shits on the earth for them to use. And anybody that tries to stand up against them has to suffer, including all the little kids. They're starving to death. Here they are, a lot of kids in there too, right? Can you imagine the hatred that is bred into them from birth to make them do stuff like that? Especially while the world is watching, but they don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, while our own U.S. government is passing laws that claim it's anti-Semitic to say from the river to the sea, while they're passing laws to make peaceful protest on college campuses against Israel illegal, not a word is being said about what the officials in Israel are actually speaking themselves. Here's a short video of just a few of the things that they've said. We are imposing a complete siege on Gaza. No electricity, no water, just damage. Gaza will become an area where people cannot live. This is a struggle between the children of light and the children of darkness.
It's an entire nation.
It's an entire nation that is responsible. We are now actually rolling out the Nakba of Gaza. We don't take into account the Hamas is not the enemy, but all of Gaza is the enemy. You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible. They need to remember that they are the Amalekites. They need to remember that for a long while. The world revenge has been, in recent days, I don't call it revenge. I call it justice. I want to hear shells and heavy artillery. We need to establish a proper Jewish settlement in Gaza in order to ensure Jewish presence in the long term, encourage immigration, and the death penalty for the terrorists. I have released all the restraints, everything. We will not speak to the enemy in a flattering Western language, but in Arabic. Gaza won't return to what it was before. We will eliminate everything, force, and more force. Erase them, their families, mothers and children. I can't go to sleep without watching homes in Gaza be destroyed. I'd flatten Gaza. No sentiments. You, the Gazans, you will continue to die. Your homes will continue to burn. And baby, there is an enemy. A first grader is an enemy. And a pregnant woman is an enemy. So there is no symmetry with Gazan children. The Gazan children of God brought this upon themselves. Don't leave a single stone standing in Gaza. Gaza needs to turn into a Dresden. More homes, more buildings. Destroy and advance, and many corpses as possible. Annihilate Gaza now. Now. I stick by one religious duty: to wipe off the seeds of Amalek. There are no uninvolved civilians. They're not trying to hide it, folks. They don't have to hide it. They don't have to bite their tongue. They own us. They are our masters. They know they are. They own every politician. They own more than half the country who supports them and what they're doing, folks. And it's so bizarre how they treat the genocide, the ethnic cleansing. These kids act like they're going away to summer camp.
I'm Mika. I'm from Argentina. Why did you join the idea? Because it's my dream, like in little girl.
Well, my family is here, so I feel the necessity to, defend them.
What's your dream job?
מדריכת חילוץ.
תצפיתנית. מדריכת חיל.
Do you have any fears going into the idea?
Being on a new place, so I'm a little bit scared of that.
That we don't know what we're expecting. What are you most excited for?
The challenges.
Child murder.
Everything.
Do
you have any tips from people from your country that want to join?
Well, don't be scared. We're here and we'll help you.
Come to Israel, made Aliyah, and do the Tzabbat. It's the best.
It's the best. Yay! We're going to murder all your children. Hooray! It's like the opposite of the Peace Corps. Like some bizarro world fucking Peace Corps where instead they murder children gleefully. It is like a fucking horror movie, folks. Meanwhile, they've owed us for years, and they've openly bragged about it for years. Here's, back in 2001, Bibi Netanyahu, the president of the United States, the real president of the United States, caught on camera. Here's what he said. The main thing is, first of all, to strike them. Not once, but several times, so painfully that the price they pay is unbearable. So far, the price tag is not unbearable. I mean, a large-scale attack on the Palestinian community causes them to fear that everything is about to collapse. Fear is what brings them to hold on. But then again, the world will say that we are the aggressors. It's almost like they needed some kind of terrorist attack to get the whole world on board with their genocide. It's almost like they let it happen on purpose. I know what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that, hey, we had no idea, folks, in the most surveilled real estate on the entire fucking earth, where there are drones, cameras everywhere. The evil Hamas flew in on parachutes like a fucking movie from Hollywood. We had no idea it was coming. And yes, of course, after it happened, we had to make all the footage of it top secret where nobody could see it. And sure, they've already released the proof that Americans warned them it was going to happen. Everybody was going to happen. They had no idea, folks. They weren't planning this ahead of time for 20 years or anything. No. So she says, but hold on. Then the world will say that we're the aggressors. To which Netanyahu says, they can say whatever they want. Are you afraid of what they'll say, Bibi? Especially today with the U.S. I know how they are. America is something that you can easily maneuver and move in the right direction. And even if they say something, so then they say something, so what? Yeah, they're not going to do shit. That we own them. 80% of Americans support us. It's absurd. Look, I wasn't afraid to maneuver the Clinton administration. I wasn't afraid to confront Clinton. I wasn't afraid to go against the UN. What happened with Oslo Accords? The accords which were ratified by Parliament, I was asked before the 1996 election, will you fulfill them? I said yes, subject to reciprocity and minimizing pullouts. I gave my own interpretation to the agreements in such a way that would allow me to stop the race back towards the 1967 borders. How did we manage to do this? Nobody defined what military facilities are. So what he's doing, he's explaining how they poisoned the peace negotiations, how he puts things specifically in the negotiations that he knows the other side will never accept. That way, when they don't accept it, they can say, see, we offered peace and they didn't accept it. That's exactly what Hillary Clinton did. Remember Hillary Clinton, the clip I showed you in the last show? Where they trotted her out and she said, you guys don't know your history. What you need to know is that Bill Clinton set aside a peace treaty and Hamas rejected it. He's explaining right now why they rejected it. Because they put poison pills there on purpose to make them reject it, so then they can accuse them of being the ones who reject it. And Hillary Clinton will get out there and repeat it verbatim because she is owned by them, taking millions of dollars from them, folks. Both sides completely owned. And he's telling you right now, he's giving the game away. They're not trying to hide it. So I also define them as being security zones. The entire Jordan Valley for me is a military facility. Nobody has. Yes, like the Viet Shin Valley. You see, go figure. But then there was the question of who would define these military facilities? I received a letter from the Secretary of State, Warren Christopher, to me and to Arafat at the same time, saying that Israel and Israel alone would define the military facilities, their locations and size. This is why they didn't accept the peace accords, folks. This is why they don't do it. He's telling you. Now, they didn't want to give me this letter. So I refused to ratify the Hebron Accords of 1997. I stopped the government meeting and I said, I won't sign. And only when the letter has arrived during that meeting, to me and to Arafat, I signed the Hebron Accords. So, not even trying to hide it, folks. This is how the game is played. And yes, Hillary Clinton will go right out and say whatever they want her to say, folks. Just like Joe Biden will. Meanwhile, here's the media, folks. Here's Matthew Iglesias, journalist who works for many publications, tweeted this and then deleted it. Here's how they're trying to justify the murder of all the children, all the innocent people. They've admitted they've killed more innocent civilians than they have Hamas in Palestine. Here's their justification of it. U.S. bombing of North Vietnamese killed 100,000 people, mostly civilians, and had surprisingly little long-term impact despite the tremendous short-term devastation. Yeah. Almost no long-term impact, so it's almost like it didn't even happen. Who gives a shit, right? Only 100,000 people dead. Why does anybody even care? The personification of evil, folks. Over on Elon Musk's X Twitter, Elon said on Saturday that the use of some terms associated with Israel's war on Gaza, including decolonization and from the river to the sea, will lead to immediate suspension from the platform. You're not allowed to be pro-Palestinian on Mr. Free Speech's website. You can say anything you want to about the murder of the Palestinian people. Just like I showed you, all those pro-Israeli people just did. Fine. Decolonization? No way. River to the sea? No way. That's why he bought the platform to begin with. To slant it against us. Meanwhile, folks, Alan Dershowitz, alleged child molester, pedophile, Alan Dershowitz, Donald Trump, former lawyer, wrote an article. Just how many of Gaza's civilians are entirely innocent? Yeah. Are they really innocent, folks? Are all these children really innocent? There are really no innocent people. We are justified in murdering them all. We're the good guys. Meanwhile, Dave Rubin has become a Christian again, folks. He's joined the Christian grift, and he's found those Christian morals, folks. He's reposting this picture of these women who just want to free Palestine, fatties for a free Palestine, to which Christian Dave Rubin says Hamas wouldn't even rape these cows, folks. This is the level of degeneracy we're dealing with here, folks. This is the bottom feeders we're dealing with, folks. They want to signal to all the other trash people that I am a trash person just like you, because they know that's where the money is, folks. This is how you get rewarded in our society. It cannot collapse fast enough. The stupid part is it's not even an original joke. He stole this joke from Sargon. So not only are they trash humans, they can't even be original for 5 seconds. Meanwhile, here's how the New York Times reports on the fact that 1.2 million innocent people in Rafah are being bombed to death. As Israel steps up its attacks, 300,000 Gaza are on the move. Yeah, they're on the move. Woo-hoo. Oh, it sounds fun. It's like a weekend trip, y'all. They're on the move. On to the next location. Just good God, how is this real life, folks? But it is. All the media bought and paid for to slant things one-sided, to manufacture consent for child murder, for genocide, for ethnic cleansing. Please do not support these people if you're signed up for the New York Times. Such a fucking horror show in this goddamn country. Meanwhile, our politicians, folks, at least Egypt has become the latest country to join South Africa in the genocide case filed against Israel before the International Court of Justice. Stuff like this does give me hope. We give our lives, our souls for you, Palestine. We give our lives and souls. A lot of people standing up, but still they own our politicians. Here's Lindsey Graham just casually on Meet the Press, seemingly suggesting maybe we should just nuke Palestine. He's so angry when you bring up the fact that even Ronald Reagan withheld weapons from Israel. Here's how he responded to it.
So when we were faced with destruction as a nation after Pearl Harbor, fighting the Germans and the Japanese, we decided to end the war by bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki with nuclear weapons. That was the right decision. Give Israel the bombs they need to end the war they can't afford to lose, and work with them to minimize casualties.
Senator, that military officials...
Just like we did in Hiroshima. Remember all those civilian casualties we minimized? But yes, at some point, if we ever start trying these people in The Hague, we need to start trying the media people who give these people platforms in The Hague, right? This is why you don't platform them, right? This is why you don't debate people like Destiny. You don't give them the opportunity to say crazy shit like this on your platform.
Would argue that there has been so much technology since those bombs were dropped that for that very reason, that is why Israel and other developed countries.
Just complete fucking insanity. A nightmare state going on. And yes, folks, Hillary Clinton, $1.4 million for the Israeli lobby. This is why she's out there saying whatever they want her to say. And this was so disheartening. Mediaite posted this article. Overwhelming contempt. Hillary Clinton panned for declaring young Americans don't know anything about history. And if you scroll down, the vast majority of people, she's correct. Where's the lie? They don't. She's not wrong. She's right and everyone's mad. So, okay. She's right about everything. She's right. This is why I'll never associate with Democrats again, folks. Like what happened to the Ottoman Empire justifies the murder of children. And I just showed you Bibi Netanyahu. Her entire argument was claiming that the Palestinians were the ones who rejected the peace negotiations. I just showed you Netanyahu explain why they did, folks. Because they poison it on purpose because they don't want them to accept it so that they can point the finger at them just like she did, folks. They're all in it to fucking gather. Both sides own. Not even controlled opposition. It'd be great if we had controlled opposition. We don't have that. We don't have any opposition. Meanwhile, let's remind you what a giant fucking piece of shit Jerry Seinfeld is so you'll understand the protest against him. Jerry Seinfeld not only offered unconditional support for Israel attacks on Gaza, his wife not only donated to create counter-protest against ceasefire, but they visited illegal West Bank settlements for fantasy camp, romanticizing killing Palestinians as a family adventure. Look at this fucking dickhead. Holding his gun. Yeah! Yeah! What a fucking douchebag. So the heroes at Duke, not all of them, not nearly enough, but a lot, stood up and walked out of the commencement ceremony when they announced that Jerry Seinfeld was going to be introduced to speak.
Jerry is also serving as our commencement speaker today.
Shame on you guys. Shame on you. And big ups to the heroes walking out.
So what's the big deal about our commencement speaker?
Yeah, boo that man. Boo. Boo.
Our commencement speaker. Aside from the fact that we're perhaps all wondering whether he's wearing a puffy shirt under this.
Puffy shirt. God, I wish I could say what I want to fucking say. But I cannot, so I will not. And speaking of heroes, lots of amazingly fine non-Zionist Jews begging you not to use Jews to support genocide. Their heritage, their lineage to support the atrocities. Here's Jared to explain why he's pissed.
My first name is Jared. I'm a master's student at Columbia. I'm Jewish, and I'm pissed.
Tell me why you're pissed.
When thousands of Jewish people have come together over the past 6 months to say not in our name, this is what we're talking about. We don't want police brought onto campus to beat up people and arrest people for practicing their First Amendment rights in our name. We don't want Israel committing a genocide in Gaza in our name. The role of anti-Zionist Jews, non-Zionist Jews, and Jews who just don't like genocide, which should be everybody, has been very important in pushing this movement forward.
We do have data that every time there is an outburst of violence in Israel and Gaza, anti-Semitism is on the rise internationally. I'm a Jewish faculty member who has been involved from the very beginning trying to work against this narrative that any criticism of Israel is anti-Semitism, because part of the reason that some Jewish students feel unsafe is that they're hearing criticism of Israel and they think it means that it's anti-Jewish hatred.
They don't
And
actually think that.
To them, it might mean that.
No, it
But I
doesn't.
think
They don't
we
think that. They
need
don't
to
give a shit.
separate that. There are so many Jewish people who have no affiliation with Israel, no identification with Israel. And so people like myself who are involved more in the protests against the war on Gaza really complicated.
That's how I'll play that one, but keep speaking out, Jews. We need more of your voices. We need to amplify more of your voices, and I'm doing the best I can. Meanwhile, another voice I want to amplify, Bill Burr. He didn't quite push back against Bill Maher as much as he should have because Bill Maher is such a dickhead. Looks like he's wasting away. But he did shit on him a good bit. which was beautiful to watch. Let's have a look.
With the kids demonstrating for Hamas,
like
they
literally,
are in with the
literally not demonstrating for Hamas. They're just trying to stop children from being murdered. They've already said they murdered more civilians than they have Hamas. Why are you so fucking... I know why you're dishonest. But still, good God, that's shameless.
terrorists.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause.
It's not.
Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say.
Yeah,
you know, no one wants to see kids dead.
Except for you, Bill. You absolutely don't give a fuck about the Palestinian people, the Palestinian children. You goddamn bloodthirsty ghoul.
This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
He's so brave advocating for the murder of children. Oh my, you're so brave. Oh my God, Bill, pat yourself on the back again.
Pat yourself on the back.
It's easy to say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
You aren't. You aren't for the kids.
It comes down to real hard-nosed decisions. Like a country.
Stop talking like you're a general.
A country got attacked. Israel got attacked.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, out of the blue they hated Israel for their freedoms, y'all. That's why little Israel, just little bean Israel, sitting there minding its own business, not doing anything to nobody, and they just attacked them evilly out of the blue for no fucking reason, y'all. They have a right to defend
that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at what?
We're the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this shit now. Don't attack them. There's a very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East.
Stop the apartheid. Stop putting your boot on the people you colonized neck. Stop murdering. Hey, release the thousands upon thousands of hostages you have of the Palestinian people, the men, women, and children you've kidnapped. Any of that, Bill?
Stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you
Stop
just solved
attacking
it.
Israel.
You just solved it.
I actually
did.
did.
There you go. That's fantastic.
Anyway.
All right.
We don't need to get onto that.
Let's go to Russia and the Ukraine. How do you solve that one, Bill? Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that. Well, let me ask you a question. How is war still legal? With all this shit that's been canceled.
Legal.
Anyway, I'm done watching that one. I can't stand to listen to Bill's mouth anymore. Looking bad, Bill. Looking real bad. And then on the ride with Biden, right the fucking cliff, folks. They're finally admitting it. Secretary of State Blinken finally admits Israel has broken international humanitarian law. Of course, they don't give a shit. They're not going to hold them accountable in any way, but at least they're now admitting it.
Your national security memorandum that you signed says Israeli civilian harm mitigation efforts are, quote, inconsistent, ineffective, and inadequate. The prime minister himself said Israel assesses the IDF killed 14,000 terrorists and 16,000 civilians. Does the U.S. share the Israeli assessment that more civilians have been killed than actual terrorists?
Yes, we do. And I think the report makes clear that while Israel has processes, procedures, rules, regulations to try to minimize civilian harm.
No, they don't. If they have them, they're definitely not following them. And holy God, you got some bags on your eyes.
Given the impact that this operation, this war in Gaza has had on the civilian population.
And yet you're still surging weapons to Israel.
Those have not been applied consistently and effectively. There's a gap between the stated intent and some of the results we've seen. But because it's so complicated, in the midst of a war, and particularly in the midst of a war where you have an enemy that hides in civilian infrastructure, hides behind civilians.
That's what Israel does. Israel also hides behind civilian infrastructure and civilians. But okay, let's not think about that.
To make final determinations on these individual incidents. We're looking at the totality of what's happened. We think it's reasonable to assess based on what's happened that there have been acts that have been inconsistent with Israel's obligations under international humanitarian law, but we haven't drawn definitive conclusions. We need to pursue these investigations.
Let's pursue it, folks. Hey, we know that they're doing war crimes, but we're still investigating. Just a few more months of genocide, and then we still won't do anything because they don't give a fuck. Biden wants to lose on purpose, I guess. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Meanwhile, here's the state spokesperson. Remember, they can't hold Israel accountable for anything until Israel investigates themselves. And then after Israel investigates themselves, then they will come out with their assessment on what needs to be done. 2 years ago, they murdered an American journalist. That's what they told us. Hey, we have to let them investigate ourselves first. Any update on it?
I want to bring your attention to, 2 days from today, May 11, will mark the second anniversary since an Israeli sniper killed our colleague Shireen Abu Akleh, a Palestinian-American journalist. And I want to ask you, are you satisfied that everything that could have been done to bring those responsible, to hold them accountable, has been done? And do you consider that case to be closed?
That death continues to be a tragedy, one that was investigated by the Israeli government, one that we investigated, and I don't have anything further to add to what we said before.
It's just so ridiculous at this point. Why are they even asking questions? Why are they even bothering? I guess you have to put them on the record just to show what fucking liars they are. That's what they say about everything, though. Just wait. Let them do their investigations. And then after their investigations, nothing ever happens. They have no intent whatsoever of holding Israel accountable for fucking anything. It is so goddamn obvious. And yes, it does not matter how much you suck their dick, Joe Biden. How much you give them everything, how much you cover for their war crimes, how much you veto any attempt to hold them accountable in the UN. They still hate you. Here's Ben Gvir, the president of the Western world. Hamas loves Biden because Biden temporarily slowed a couple shipments of weapons. You have 100% loyalty to them, Biden. They have 0% loyalty to you. They want you to lose, which you're doing, which you seem perfectly fucking fine with. Crazy as shit, folks. And yeah, new poll is out. I know we're 6 months out, folks. But here's the swing states, the only states that actually matter, folks. The ones that decide the presidency. Wisconsin, Biden is up by 2%, but all the rest of them down by 3 points in Pennsylvania, down by 7 points in Arizona, down by 7 points in Michigan, down by 10 points in Georgia, down by 12 points. Is my math right? Yeah, 12 points in Nevada. Losing massively, folks. 100% loyalty to a foreign government, no loyalty to us. He knows democracy is on the line. He could not give a shit less. He does not work for us. And yes, this meme is pretty accurate. People living paycheck to paycheck. Landlords living month to month. Banks and corporations living bailout to bailout. U.S. government living war to war. I often try to make sense of Joe Biden's thought process. And something I don't or haven't pointed out before that I think probably is in his thought process is how the weapons both to Ukraine and to Israel work. So we don't really, we do send them lots of money, but we don't just send them money. What we do is we take this money that is earmarked for Israel and we take that money and we buy weapons from U.S. weapons manufacturers. And then we actually send those weapons over there. So all this war, it's a way for them to juice the economy. And it's possible that he thinks that by spending all this money on weapons to juice the economy, giving it to the military-industrial complex, it'll trickle down and help the economy, which will help him get elected. Maybe that's a thought in his brain, but it's not fucking working. The youth has abandoned you. The Muslim population has abandoned you. The people you need to win have abandoned you. And it looks like we are going to have our first president from prison, folks. And good. That's what we fucking deserve. We are a joke country. We don't deserve to survive anymore in this current state. It needs to be torn down to the studs and rebuilt up from scratch. I don't foresee any way of saving our democracy, saving our country anymore. It's fucking over, y'all. And that is my Palestine. And folks, last year, super chat saying the show's almost over. I have one religious bullshit tonight, but it's one that's going to convert you to Christianity, just like all of our religious bullshits do. So I'm 100% Biden too. What does that mean? You're 100% voting for Biden too, or you're 100% against him? There was not enough words in that sentence. Biden 2024, yeah. I mean, At this point, I ain't telling anybody who to vote for, but definitely can't get excited about Joe Biden anymore, right? Can't do it. Murdered too many children. We're fucked. I'm kind of an acceleration at this point. We don't deserve good things. We don't deserve a country anymore. All that's going to happen is a continuation of what's happened. We need the country to collapse. It may be worse for us in the short term, but overall, it's better for the world in the long term. This American experiment has to fucking end for the sake of the world, for the sake of fucking humanity. We are too fucking evil to exist at this point, in my opinion. Biden wants to restore Roe. Yeah, that's why they did it when they had both houses. That's why they ensconced it in the Constitution, right? Yeah. They'll say fucking anything. And no offense, but you guys will fucking believe anything. At what point do you get tired of getting fucked in the ass? At what point do you realize how ridiculous the whole fucking thing is and stop being a part of it? I don't know. Definitely. Yeah. Let's move on. All right, let's do religious bullshit, y'all. Play. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Boom! And starting us off on tonight's religious bullshit, I got one for you. So you guys know what speaking in tongues is. Dusty, it's not good if we have a collapse. It will lead to the shattering of the union. Okay. I would think it wouldn't be good for us, but I think the rest of the world might disagree with you. After we spent $5 trillion to kill 1 million innocent people in Iraq, now we're spending billions and billions and billions to kill thousands of innocent children in Palestine. We are not a force of good in the world. Yes. Us being the military state we are has lots of benefits for us as Americans, but it's not good for the rest of the fucking planet. At all. So at some point, perhaps we need to stop being selfish and start thinking about the good of the rest of the fucking world. But that's just me. Anyway, starting us off. So you guys know what speaking of tongues is. That's where you speak gobbledygook, but it's the magical talking ghost making you say that on purpose. I've told the story before. When I was a kid, I was at church. And somebody jumped up and they started doing doing that bullshit. And I was like, Mom, what are they doing? And she explained, oh, well, sometimes God lets you speak in tongues. The Holy Spirit comes to you and makes you speak in this language that nobody can understand so that the devil doesn't know what you're saying. You're basically praying to God in a way that the devil can't decipher. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm just a dumbass kid. I don't know any better. As soon as that person's done, they sit down, another person jumps up, and they start saying something like, my children, I am your God, and I will never abandon you. You will cast your eyes upon me, and I will give you glory for 1,000 years. And I was like, what is this person doing, Mom? And she was like, oh, well, sometimes people can translate what the person who was speaking in tongues is saying. And I was like, they better show up. The devil's going to hear them. None of it makes any fucking sense, folks. But anyway, that's what this clip's about. Some people are given the power of discernment, which is like a superpower, which lets them tell you exactly what the person who's speaking in tongues is saying. And this child has been gifted with a superpower. Prepare to believe, y'all.
Maybe here for the first time, there's a spiritual gift called speaking in tongues, and you may have heard it in worship just before. Some people, they just pray and say things that they don't understand. It's actually the Holy Spirit giving words and moving the tongue. And so, I speak in tongues and Tanya, but I don't understand what I'm saying, but it's a prayer language by the Holy Spirit. And there is a gift where some people can interpret and actually understand what is actually being said. And so you picked that gift, was on the scroll, and then all week the family prayed into it. that she would actually get the gift and have the gift. And this is fun. It's an adventure, but we're actually serious now as well. Eden, are you happy to pray that everyone here will just receive that gift of interpreting tongues?
Yes.
Yes. So just pray. So, dear Jesus, and then just pray that we get the gift.
Dear God, I pray all these people here will get interpretation of tongues, that gift, and they will understand what they're saying in tongues.
Then what's the point in the tongues then, if everybody can understand it?
So should I just pray?
Yeah, just pray in tongues for a little while, and we all listen, and maybe some of us here will actually get an interpretation, or maybe it's you again, Eden.
All right.
All right.
Atua shamatua patikas, aturena masufa patashi, nuto fasita apatufa matita, hanuashi sita ati.
Amen.
Amen. Woo, that was something. That's like, what did I say?
Did you know what it meant?
Of course she does.
So what did it mean?
She said, yes, God, please heal all the people that are sick.
Oh,
serious?
Serious?
Yes, God, please heal all the people that are sick.
I believe. I believe. Yes, God, please heal all the people that were sick. Because you have to tell God that. You have to tell him that in some kind of made-up baby language. Super cool. I'm still going to do it, folks. Sometime I'm going to go to church. And I'm going to stand up and speak in tongues. But I'm going to do it like I'm either possessed by Satan or I'm Jabba the Hutt. I think they'll respond. Think they're going to kick me out? We'll find out, folks. That should be fun. And that is my religious bullshit, folks. And all right, I got one palate cleanser, folks, to cleanse you, my children, and to finish us up on a good note and not the awfulness. Apparently, this was seen on the highway, folks. Cybertruck owners are complaining of vandalism due to the Tesla brand now being intrinsically tied to Elon's negativity and bullshit. Yeah, fuck you! Somebody apparently took their stainless steel refrigerator out for a spin. What an ugly-ass car. And who would deface a Tesla vehicle? I mean, I've been very clear on the record that you should never key every Tesla that you see. So I don't know who possibly could be responsible for this. It's a mystery. And anyway, love it. And that's my show for tonight. Fuck yeah, we did it, folks. Did about 90 minutes. That's good enough for a Monday. I'll count this one as a win. Tune in for the after party coming up tonight. We're going to cover all this from here all the way down to here, folks. Got some good stuff. You ain't going to want to miss it. But first, let's read the super chats. If you bail out, please hit the like button. Please, you vote with everything you post on your social media. Please share my show. Share it in your boards that you go to. Everywhere. Do it. Please join my Patreon. Whatever you can afford. $1, $2, $10, $15. Whatever you can afford. Please chip in. Help me and the floating cats and the dogs. We have a bunch of dogs we rescue too. All of it. I work hard. Please help me out if you can. Thank you. And all right, Brian Town. Here's a little something for the kitty cats. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Dusty. Thank you, Brian Town. And the kitty cats say, meow. Thank you, Dusty. Thanks, NFP me. Love you. And Jason Ashby, 1. Thank you, Jason Ashby. Spooky Action at a Distance, 888. D, every time I try to post, never again, unless we get to be the Nazis this time. As part of a comedy on YouTube is immediately removed. That's crazy. That should be like pro-Israel speak. You think they would allow that? Anyway, thank you, Spooky. Piston to the Fist, it's recording theme, and I'm here for it. Hell yeah, we got all those inside jokes. Makes us feel like we're one. Agent Orange 25, very generous agent. Hey, Dusty, you just gave Elon Musk a Batman comic villain name, Mr. Free Speech. It's lame enough to be an Elon Musk Batman villain name. His powers are to chill your speech instead of your limbs. I am pitching that photo of him on the yacht. He's got the extreme paleness down. My favorite Elon Musk, nickname is Space Karen. I think that's a good one. Old Space Karen. V, hey Dusty, hey V, still working, but popping in real quick to drop my support for you and the Floating Kitties. Take care and hopefully see you next show. Hell yeah, V. Better see you there. Jupe, what up, Jupe? Dusty, much love from me and Lad the Lab. Scritches to Lad the Lab. The most handsome boy in the world. I'm going to sing religious bullshit extra loud. I got to fix that shit. It's lagging every goddamn time. I got to work. I say that every show. Do it, Dusty. Quit talking about it. Thank you, Jupe. Sanctuary Inc., $20. Very generous. Keep up the good work. You keep up the good work, Sanctuary Inc. I appreciate you. And, all right, anything else pop up? Guess it got me say, woo-woo! That means you too, Rude, Intrepid, and Janet Mimby. Oh, gifts for everybody. Man, gotta love the family. We have such a great crew here. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate you. And you the most, BBC. Hero to us all. And did I read the Brian Town one? I think I did, but thank you, Brian Town. And Jason Ashby. Great show, Dusty. With my Kenny Roger, and happy 16th birthday. Wow, that's quite a stretch. Just had a party for him. He said I could donate some of his tuna money to you. Hell yeah. Well, give him some extra scritches for me, Jason. Fucking appreciate that shit. And, folks, I'll be back Wednesday. We're going to keep the 3-show a week going. Got to do what we do here on the world's greatest show. But for now, it's time for a kitty party. I'm going to play the same thing I played last time, Rusty Dusty. The song they made to shit on me, but I actually love it. So, haha, the joke's on you guys. Let's do it. You guys ready for a kitty party?
In my opinion, the most meaningful change I can personally make in my niche is to expose what the crazy Christian conservatives who have taken over our government are doing.
True story. They made fun of me for saying that.
Dusty, you've gotten rusty. Why are you playing those video games?
I literally played video games twice on
Why do
stream.
you have Trump's in the White House? Then why are you playing those video games?
Folks, I will see you on Wednesday. Tonight we had Pretty Boy, Half Stash, Violet, and Miss Piper. Love you guys. Tune in to that party coming up next. The rest of you, I'll see you on Wednesday. Good night.
Dusty, you're getting rusty. Why are you playing those video games? Why do you have Trump in the White House? Why are you playing those video games? Let me try to explain. It's odd when you get mad at what other people make, and then most of what you create is some jokes and fucking video games. So you're a troll and a showman. Well then I really don't know then what you think or believe, what you really think when you're making up a show.
It's a mystery. What do I think or believe? I'm so shy about my opinions. Who could possibly discern them?
Rusty, time to retire to your private lake. Whitey, I don't hate you, I'm just disappointed.
I'm also disappointed, and switch over now. Oh, Piston to the Fist. Dusty, is this intentional? If you mispronounce this one, I'm going to confirm my conspiracy. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. Good night.